Hey guys, what's up? For those of you that don't know me, my name is Crissanna, and if you're new here, then welcome, and if you're an oldie, welcome back. So guys, in today's video, as you can see by the title, we are going to be putting our lips through hell. So I recently picked up the Colourpop, the big box of Lippie Stix. This comes with 48 lipsticks. That is a lot. But you guys, I have been wanting this for so long. Ever since I discovered Colourpop as a brand a couple years ago, I always wanted to get this, but I never really wanted to pay the $100. Well, a couple weeks ago on this launch, they were having their 30% off site-wide sale. And I went on and I checked as soon as the sale started and it wasn't on sale. And then I went back on a couple days later and it actually was on sale. So I'm like, I have to get this now because for $70, it was a steal. I mean, 48 Lippie Stix for $70, you're paying less than $2 per Lippie Stix. I'm going to try my hardest to swatch all 48 shades today, but if I can't, my boyfriend will be home in a couple hours and he said that he would do some swatches on his lips as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. So here it is again. I will always probably leave these in the box. So earlier when I was opening the box, you guys, I grabbed it by the top and they spilled all over my floor. So I spent about a half hour trying to get them all lined back up where they should be. But yep, here they all are. I'm so freaking excited, you guys. I mean, honestly, you would have all the lipsticks you would ever need in this box right here. Some of them are creme finishes, matte, and then matte X's. Just to make sure this isn't like a 20-minute long video, I'm going to swatch them on the hand, swatch them on the lips, and then we're going to keep going. And then at the very end, I'll give you my final thoughts on everything. Here is the first shade in Brink, and this is a matte X. Also, by the way, I have to mention really quickly, these smell so good. Next up is the shade Toasty, and this is a matte shade. Next up is the shade Slacker. Next up is the shade With the Band, and this is a matte X formula. Next is the shade At Twilight, and this is a creme formula. Next is the shade Parker, and this is a matte formula. Next is the shade Cookie, and this is a matte formula. And I can already tell you this is one of my favorite shades. Next is the shade Dream Date, and this is also a creme formula. Talk about foundation on lips, this is exactly what this looks like. Okay, we have one row down, only 5 more rows to go. Here is the shade Hike House, and this is a matte formula. Or no, it's actually a matte X formula. Next up is the shade Cami, and this is a matte X formula. Next is the shade Aftershock, and this is also a matte X formula. Next up is the shade Little Things, and this is a creme formula. Next up is the shade Carmela. This does not state whether it's a creme, matte, or a matte X. Next up is the shade Whistle, and this is a matte formula. Next shade we have here is Oh Snap, and this is a matte formula. Last shade in the second row is called Topanga, and this is a creme formula. Okay, so we're going to start with row 3 now. Next is the shade Happy Thoughts, and this is a matte formula. Next shade is Cherry Bomb, and this is a matte formula. Next is the shade Heart On, and this is a matte formula. Next is the shade Runway, and this is a matte X formula. Next is the shade Songbird, and this is a matte formula. Next is the shade Goodie Bag, and this is a matte formula. Next shade is Are You Surreal, and this is a matte formula. Next shade is I Love This, and this is a matte formula. So we are through half of the lip swatches. That means we have swatched 24 shades, and my lips are literally hating me right now. So here is all 24 shades that we have swatched this far. Honestly, guys, so far I'm pretty impressed, but I'm not going to do any more swatches for the day because I feel like if I do, I'm going to ruin my lips and I won't be able to wear lipstick for like the next week. So either I will come back on later and do my boyfriend's lips, or I will come back tomorrow and do the rest of the 24 shades. Okay guys, so day 2 of the lip swatching video. So we have 24 lip shades left to swatch. So in my box, all these 3 rows are the ones we have used. We have these ones left. First shade I'm swatching is Cherry Bomb, and this is a matte finish. Next shade is Byron Babe, and this is a matte X. Next shade is Parachute, and this is a matte X. Next shade is Chi Chi, and this is a matte formula. Next shade is Day Trip, and this is a matte formula. Next shade is Sky Walking, and this is a matte X. Next shade is Trust Me, and this is a matte X formula. Next shade is Jam Sesh, and this is a matte formula. The shade Coyote Ugly, and this is a matte X finish. Next is the shade Who Run This, and this is a matte X finish. Next is the shade Love Life, and this is a matte X finish. Next is the shade Fly Fi, and this is a matte X finish. Next is the shade Goldie, and this is a matte X finish. Next is the shade Bouquet, and this is a matte finish. Next is the shade Poison, and this is a matte finish. Next shade is Infinite Best, and this is a matte X finish. Next is the shade Brat Pack, and this is a matte X finish. Next is the shade Unreal, and this is a blur finish. Next is a shade Ziggy, and this is a matte X formula. Next is the shade Sassy, and this is a creme formula. Next is the shade Grunge, and this is a matte formula. Next is the shade 1000%, and this is a matte X. Next shade is Oh Behave, and this is a creme formula. Last shade is Pitch, and this is a matte formula. Here is the last 24 shades swatched. So I'm just going to find a shade to pair up really quickly. I think I'm going to take the Brat Pack shade. And I'm going to take my e.l.f. Retro Paradise lip liner in the shade. Okay, I don't think it has a shade, but it's like a nice light brown shade. One more time to appreciate all these swatches before I go ahead and take them off. So let's go ahead and talk about the big box of Lippie Stix. Honestly, guys, 100 times worth it. You're getting almost every shade of lipstick to match almost anything. The only shade that I didn't see that I was kind of disappointed is a black shade, because I know not a lot of people wear black, but it definitely would have been nice to have a black shade in here. I think personally, I only have like one black shade, but on certain occasions, I do like a black lipstick. So I would love to see a black in here. Another thing is I feel like it's so many lipsticks that a lot of the shades do look very similar. But then again, you're only paying $99 for 48 lipsticks. That's like $2 a piece. Like after buying this, I won't need to buy another lipstick my whole life. I just think like, for instance, like the Rare Beauty lipsticks that just launched, what are they, like $20? So if you're gonna buy 5 of those, you're gonna spend $100. You can get 48 of these and you're gonna pay the same price as buying 5 of those, which honestly is crazy. Now, I do have a bone to pick. So between the Creme, the Matte, and the Matte X's, you guys, like they didn't level out to what it said on the packaging. Like some of the Matte X's were incredibly creamy and then some of the Creme ones were incredibly matte. So I don't know, like the whole formula just didn't add up to me. And again, some of the mattes were like extremely matte. So are the mattes more matte than the Matte X's? I would have thought that the Matte X's would be more matte, but most of the Matte X's were like a creme formula. Other than that, I mean, there's nothing I really have to complain about. I pretty much loved every single shade. There is a shade in here for every single occasion. And also the shades go from super fair to super dark. So I feel like there's shades in here for everybody. And honestly, you guys, I would definitely repurchase this. Like when I run out of all these shades, you better believe I'm definitely going to repurchase. Now you can buy all these shades individually, but if you do that, they're going to be like $7 a piece, which honestly, if you're only wanting to buy like one shade, it's worth it. But if you're wanting to buy like 5 or 6 shades, you're better off just getting this big box. So yeah, if you guys like this video and you guys found this video helpful, or you guys want to see more videos like this or more lip swatch videos, please be sure to give this video a big old thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't already. If there's anything at all that you guys want to see next, please let me know. Yeah guys, at this point my lips are completely raw, so I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go have some breakfast and get my day started. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for sitting here and hanging out with me today. I love you guys so much and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.